Let's take a look here at Google Chrome scenario 2. So we're going to take a look at some of the options you have with Chrome tabs. So you again click here to add a new tab. You can add tons of tabs. I've actually met someone who actually went to the very limit of the amount of tabs you could have open, believe it or not, and it's quite a few. But there's a lot of options you have with these tabs here. So if I have this Formula One website here open on this tab here, if I right click on this tab here, we have all these different options that you can do. One really cool one here is the pin option. So watch what happens when I click pin. And now it slides it all the way over to the left, and it makes it smaller. This is useful is if there's a tab that you want to keep open often, that stays open when you close Chrome and then you reopen it, the pin tabs will then reopen as well where you left off. And that's pretty cool. Addition, it also makes it harder for you to accidentally close it. So when you look at the tabs here, you have a little X right there. You may accidentally click on that. Here, you don't see the X. If I want to be able to close this tab, I have to right click on it again, and I can close it. Or if I unpin it, then the X will show up there. So it kind of makes it more difficult for you to accidentally close a tab. So that's one reason you would use the pin tab. Another thing you can do is add a tab to a group. So when I right click on a tab, this is a relatively new feature here. Add to a group. So let's say I want to call this here my racing group. What it does, it color codes it and then gives it the name here. So let's say maybe on this one here, I'm gonna look up NASCAR on the NASCAR website here, and I want to add this to the racing group. So if I go here to add to group, there it is, racing, and now they're all kind of grouped together. So maybe I'm going to do another one here about form of assessment here. So I'll say quizzes. So maybe we're in Rafael's account here. He likes personal life. He likes racing, but he's also a teacher, and he also wants to have quizzes open as well. So what he can do here is once he opens up the quizzes website in this tab, right click on it, add tab to group. This time I'm going to create a new group. And we'll call this one. Checking for understanding. And maybe we're also going to use. He also wants to use Kahoot as well as quizzes. And now that Kahoot's here, there's two ways I can do this. I can add tab to group and just choose the CFU one, or here's a cool thing: you can drag it here. And then once you see the different color come up here, then you're able to better organize your tabs. If I was to click on a group here, it can collapse it. So if you want to have it easier to see, you can collapse all but one of them. If I right click on the group here, I can change the color, and I can move it to a new window. So you have a lot of really cool things you can do with the grouping. Another thing you can do here is also mute a site. So let's say, for example, here we're on the Formula One here, and then this site automatically has sound that plays on it, and you don't want to hear the sound every time you go to this website. If I right click on it, I hit mute site, whatever automatic sound that comes on the site will be muted, and it will always be there until I change it. So I can come back to it later. Chrome will remember that I muted the site, and I don't want to hear the music on there. Another thing you can do also is if let's say I'm on the Kahoot tab here, and I want to make this a bookmark, I can easily come here to the three dots, go to bookmarks, and bookmark this tab, and it will create it as a bookmark on my bookmark bar. There it is. You can do that very quickly and easily.